3, 2, 1, go!
Hello folks and welcome back to the Ispalian job. You will notice immediately, for those eagle-eyed, that we are in the 12th of February, which means the transfer window has slammed shut. And you'll also notice that I'm not showing you the transfer page, I'm showing you the squad. And that is because no transfers were made. The only thing we did was we sent Brunei back from his loan spell. I wasn't playing him, he wasn't really doing anything, so he's been moved back to his home club of Lyon. And do you know what, with the four strikers we've got, Jovetic, Guklu, Spira and Heisa, I think we'll probably be fine for the rest of the season. Although, that said, some Champions League action today, so squad rotation will be important. Not only that, but a game against AC Milan is the first one up today, and they are now top of the Serie A table. That's surprising to me, the fact that Juve have been so dominant. All of a sudden, AC Milan have come out of nowhere, gone on a really good run of results, I would imagine. Yeah, really solid run, and they're now down to us to stop them. Now, luckily for us, we did beat them in the first time we played them. Slight bit of fortune to it, though. They arguably had the better of the game. We got an own goal, which gave us the advantage, despite going down to 10 men. But before we go any further, before we look at the fixtures that we've just been through, I mean, there's a sneak preview. No, until this first. Sneak preview goes into, this is what you've missed since last time. So we lost to Pescara last time. You'll probably remember it quite well. It was then a 1-1 against Bologna. We went down to 9 men. Never good. Miguel Luis, though, got a lovely goal to open the scoring. Bologna fought back, though. Only had one shot on target in the game, and that was sadly their goal. Then a 2-1 win over Verona. Ruben Diaz and Miguel Luis again getting on the score sheet. Bonazzanoli. That's probably close to how you say it. Got the goal for Verona, and then we followed that up with a 3-2 defeat. Udinese having a very good season this year, Udinese, and sadly for us, they did well against us. Batista getting 2 in this game, but it was Macondo, I think is how you'd say it, or Cado maybe, with the goals for them, and Fernandez got the winner for them in the 67th minute. 3-0 win over Chievo, though, bounced back very quickly. Heisa, Diaz and Spira all on the score sheet in that one, and then finally a 1-1 most recently against Lazio. We took the lead in the 78th minute. I thought it was going to be enough, but no, 85 minutes on the clock until Lissi gets the goal for Lazio. Now, before we go into this game against AC Milan, there's a great comment actually on the video yesterday. Someone said, look, Ben, over 48 months you would be able to pay for players that could improve this squad more so than it's sort of shaped right now, and I completely agree that we could do that. The issue being, though, being Spal and looking for players that would improve the team dramatically, players that are interested in me, you either have to go huge and spend a lot of money, or there's lots of players, again, like you can see the players that are listed here. We're in an interesting scenario. Some of these players would undoubtedly improve us to a degree. The question is, though, would they then, if the aspiration is to become a Champions League club, are they going to turn into Champions League quality players? And if we're paying for them over 48 months, because we obviously don't have the money up front to pay immediately, are we then paying for players that have lost value because they're being replaced by better players in 2 or 3 years' time? And that's kind of the balancing act that we're playing right now. Of course, there's the argument, well, bring those players in, get to the level you want to be at, and then try and move them on based on their good performances. That's a pretty good argument. Equally, it's quite a big risk. If I do that with maybe 5 or 6 players, all of a sudden we could find ourselves in debt, spending a lot more on wages all of a sudden, spending on these transfer fees with not as much money coming in. So I am kind of in that scenario right now with the team in general, that I'm looking to see if we've got sellable assets that maybe at the end of the year we can move on. Someone like Casasola, as much as I enjoy him and like him, at 26 years of age, bought him for 1.7 million. To make a huge profit on him might be the kind of transfer that when I made it, I thought that could be the sort of player we sell on in a summer. We did have a bid of around 9 million for Luca at one point as well. He's a very good example of it as well. 3.7 million. If we can maybe get towards 10 million for him, all of a sudden 20 million in the bank, and I can go out and spend that. So I just want to clarify, I totally understand your concerns that our squad probably isn't good enough, and I completely agree. But we're trying things to make that not be the case. So the first thing we've done to try and change it around is put Batista in behind Heisa and Spira, with Luis, Luca and Toussaint playing in that central midfield role. 3 really good midfielders, but Batista is the man we need to talk about. Replacing Yosu in the side, not a natural advanced playmaker, but has got all the things you want to see, and runs with the ball through the centre, so he's a ball carrier, and I think that's maybe something that we've lacked this season. Elsewhere, the team is going to remain the same. Alexander-Arnold unfortunately misses out through suspension for this one, so Hatterborg comes in, expects him to give away numerous penalties. Right, let's get into our first game at long last. Now, interestingly, some games already happened today, but we play Milan in the evening kickoffs. We'll have to see how we go on. This is going to be tough. They are now top of the league and absolutely on fire. Whereas we've had very indifferent form, some defeats in there. Of course, Udinese beat us. That was a bit of a killer blow. So we're on 41 points, safely in the top half. No concern of dropping out of that. But that's like those European places. We want to be back in there, really. And, of course, we've got a game against Celtic coming up today. This European run could be the highlight of our season because of the way the league's gone so far. The big thing is doing well in Europe, really. Getting our reputation higher and higher so we can attract that better quality of player. We're at a strange point. There's a lot of players we can go after that would improve us by that much, and I want players that can improve us by like that much. And I want a lot from my team, but I really, people that have watched my saves before, I really like to bring in a player that will start off being good and then will become great. And at the moment, there's lots of players that are good and will probably just still be good after a few months, or a few years, and that's really the issue for me. As this is an issue as Bonaventura makes it 1-0. Issues everywhere. Loads of issues. Look at me taking it seriously, giving you a rundown. Let's do some comedy, man, quick. I've got nothing. It's like an episode of Mrs. Brown's Boys. I've got nothing funny. Oh, no. I mean, there's the goal. Former club of... Oh, hang on. Who's turned up? Former club of Yap Stam? No, well, I never... He's enjoying it from the stands, you know. Former assistant manager, former player of Juventus. That's ruined it. Of AC Milan, Yap Stam. Nice to see you, Yap. As terrifying as ever. So it's 1-0. We've stayed attacking. I mean, we're the home team. We're going to take it off attacking, though, based on the fact we're not leading. And try and balance it out a little bit. Just to stay on the front foot, but not... I mean, not good defensive or counter-attack, but, you know, withdraw it a little bit. Try and stay a little bit more disciplined. As they seem relaxed and motivated. Just get out there and do it, boys. I don't know what they're going to do, but get out there and do it. Without Trent Alexander-Arnold, we're not as good at full-back. That's one of the issues. There's Hatu. Well, Hatu was on a booking there and made a foul. Heavens, did I think he was off. This is the sort of game, this might be the game, actually, that decides whether we're going to be in that European battle for maybe just Europa League spots this season, or if we're going to just be out of it with Inter, Torino, those sort of teams, and that's going to be disappointing. 15 minutes to go, we may as well make some changes. Cesc Fabregas might just change this sort of game. It'll bring on Jovetic as well for Spira up top. And anything else we could change here? I'm thinking just a switch of any kind, really. In fact, we'll get Batista off. We'll play Jovetic behind the front two of Guklu and Heisa and just see if those two boys can find a late goal. We'll go back on attacking as well. Why not? Start slightly more structured. Right, well, there's a throw into AC Milan, which wouldn't usually make me excited, but they're going to have to do a lot here to break forward. Bonaventura has got a lot of work to do. Takes on Hattaball like he's not even there. Toussaint, get... For God's sake, he's been sent off, hasn't he? I know he has. There we are. It's early bath. It's bye. Thanks for coming. Thanks for all your help. I just made all 3 changes, haven't I? Sorry. Well, this happened last time we played them, to be fair. Man sent off, and then we scored late doors. Will it happen again? Did it? No. In fairness, it's been quite an even game. 50-50 on the odd possession. Shots have been identical. Off target, block shots, all the same. But they've taken the 1-0 lead, and they're going to walk away with a 1-0 lead. Disappointing again, though. Not getting battered, keeping it close. This is a theme of the season. Right, well, that's annoying. But some exciting news. Back into Europe. Celtic on the Thursday. Let's get Thursday nights. We're having a laugh. Loving it. Excited for it. Oh, no. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Pozovec is injured. That he won't be playing then. And, well, we've all forgotten who my backup is, really. Now, Pozovec, he's injured, but he could still play. Del Favero. Would I rather play you or an injured Pozovec? I'd rather play an injured Pozovec. That's awful, isn't it? That's not good. Right, slight change to the team then. Alexander-Arnold comes back in at right back. Batista keeps his spot behind Heisa and Spira. I'm expecting more out of the two of them. I'm going to play slightly more mixed passing. I think with the short passing, it's nice and pretty, but it's not getting the job done. So I'm going to go ever so slightly more direct. Oh no! Del Ferrero is in goal. Pozovec's on the bench. Oh, God, open your eyes, open the eyes! Okay, let's look at this Celtic team. Then what they got going on? Griffiths up front, Corona on the left-hand side. They've got Chris, that's not the Wrexham Chris Maxwell, is it? He's the Wrexham Chris... That's weird. That's a weird thing that I knew was at Wrexham. On the bench, Nuri Sahin. As we talked about when we got them in the draw, this is weird. Right, Spalla in the blue and black. We've got a third kit. We've only got a pick in third kit. Well... This is a turn up for the books. Third kit. I wonder how many of those we sold. I quite like it. It makes us look a bit like Inter Milan. Oh, you could have been Inter Milan. Yes, but we're not, so Inter Milan. Right, well, Celtic versus Inter here then, and it's 0-0 so far. Action-packed first half, by which I mean nothing has happened. We're going to get it off fluid, go on more flexible, mixed passing, attacking, get at them. It's still 0-0. I mean, to be fair, we're away from home. It's just a goal here, and we're laughing. And Del Boy in goal. He's doing all right so far. Clean sheet. We're on the attack here. That's what a highlight. That's the first thing we've seen. Oh, hello, Lee Griffiths. He's running forward. Is he gonna do anything dangerous? He's gonna be fouled just after 30 seconds into the second half. Get out there, boys. Same again. And Ruben Diaz fouls him. Griffiths now then with the penalty kick, and Del Boy has got it all to do. If he saves this, he gets a nickname. Del Boy to save. He literally dived out of the way. Just went down the middle. Stand still. Catch it. I mean, easy to say in hindsight, isn't it, Ben? But these things have happened now. I would rather have played the injured Pozovic. I think I made that quite clear. Okay, highlight after the goal. This might be good for us. Or we're about to be 2-0 down. Oh, God. Camera battery! Shit a brick, shit a brick. Right, we're good to continue. Camera battery's fine as Alexander-Arnold comes down this right-hand side in towards Luca. Loses out, and this isn't the face of someone that looks happy about what's about to happen. They go down this left-hand side again. Cut back. Oh, my God, it's not gone in. It was a bit mad, though, wasn't it? A little bit mad. All of a sudden, Celtic have got a bit of a grip on this game, and I'm not enjoying it as they're forward again. Just shoot from there or something. We're going to go to more standard approach. Again, this whole attacking philosophy that we've tried to do after the Renzi days hasn't really worked out. But as I say all of this, Batista plays in Dorian Heiser, and look at us ride forward. What am I on about? Barloco at left back. Barloco! He's hit the post. Oh, Spira's offside. It's a free kick to them. Flipping heck. In fact, let's go a little bit more direct, shall we? Let's lower the tempo down just a touch, but go slightly more direct. Half an hour, or just, well, less than that now, 20 minutes to go here, and I'm thinking the European man himself, Gutklu's going to come on, and he's going to save this. Toussaint's going to push slightly further forward. We're changing things up a touch. Come on, we need a goal here. We need a goal big time. We'll go back to attacking as well. Gutklu, you did it against Real, mate. Can you do it against Celtic? It's a free kick. That's not us. It's a good free kick. I mean, you can't argue with it, and goalkeeper-wise, God's sake. What I will say, it's got a lot of work to do in the second leg, which is tomorrow. Unless this video hits 1,500 likes, and you can have it tonight if you want. Griffiths forward. He saved the ball. Yeah, right, we'll do that. 1,500 likes, and you'll get the second leg tonight. I'm making deals. I'm like Dragon's Den. Dragon's Ben. It's back. Oh, yes. That was unfortunate. It's a very stressful game. No away goal to speak of. A 2-0 defeat. We're beaten by AC Milan. It's been pretty shambolic recently. The boys are not playing to their full potential. Now, admittedly, I'm showing you some of the tougher games, don't get me wrong, but regardless of that, I feel like we should be doing better. What we can take from this is that Celtic would have finished second in Serie A last season in this game, obviously, not in real life. And there it is then at Celtic Park. Celtic 2, Spal 2K13 0. And we've let everybody down, mainly family members. I must say, that is a huge disappointment. We have got a big job on in the next game. What we'll do is, we'll bring you straight away Sassuolo and Celtic. Again, if we hit the right target, it'll be up tonight. Not good from us at all. 2 more defeats, patchy form as well. Only 2 wins on our last, whatever it is, like 8 matches, 9 matches even. So not very good at all. 3 in 10, I guess we could name it. 4 in 16. We could go on. We need to turn it around somehow. I've made no transfers. The team isn't really up to it. See you tomorrow. We love with care from Benji. Goodbye.